Yeah, it's neighborhoods just like this one here that say they are regularly spotting cougars around the area, and now the community is hoping to do something about it.
It's not like there's an occasional cougar sighting. There's daily cougar sightings.
Many people in Stevens County say cougars have become frequent visitors on their front lawns.
Kids that live out of town cannot go out and play right now. There are too many cougars. Parents will go out. People that are hiking are buying handguns more. It's a true life thing happening that unless you are living it, you're probably not believing it.
It's this concern that started a petition. Its main idea is asking for more local management of cougar regulations.
The people that live here locally realize that our cougar problem is huge. And that's a notion that we have trouble convincing others of unless you are seeing it every day.
Right now, Eastern Washington Fish and Wildlife allows you to hunt one cougar a year with your license. But people in Stevens County say this limit is too low for an area that sees so many cougars. This petition would allow the local county office to determine cougar regulations.
My biggest concern is kids, because our deer population is going down so fast that our predators are going to have to find something to eat.
Ray Clark has owned this sporting goods store for more than 40 years. He says he's also seen the effect of the cougar population in the hunting business.
Our deer herds are down a great deal. Our traffic coming in the store for like hunting seasons, we've gone from one of the prime whitetail hunting areas in the United States to practically non-existence.
Which is where the petition comes in.
And this petition has been put together by people who have had actual experiences losing personal property, animals, that type of thing, on their property very close to their homes.
Petition supporters are hoping it brings a bit more security and peace of mind.
That people can let their kids go outside and they don't have to be standing out there with a gun on them in order to keep an eye on their kids.
A relief they say is found locally. In Stevens County, Shayna Waltower, KREM 2 News.
And tomorrow, supporters are holding a meeting inviting more people to sign the petitions. Representatives from the Regional Fish and Wildlife Department are set to be there to address the community's concerns.
And we asked you, should counties have more control over managing wild predator populations? It's been bouncing around a whole lot during that story, but right now, 64% of you saying yes, 35% saying no.
We'll keep you posted on what happens in Stevens County.